Well, it's been quite a good amount of time since Summer Games Fest, and within that time, we have received a brand new trailer for Sonic X Shadow Generations, with a lot of new stuff showcased. On top of that, we also received a bunch of new details regarding both the game's main and bonus content. Since enough time has passed, like I said earlier, and I'm finally out of school, I want to compile a majority of what we know from the Summer Games Fest trailer to now, and give my current thoughts on the state of this game. Mainly the shadow part because base game generation looks the same! Now, without further ado, let's start things off with the Summer Games Fest trailer. Alright, so to get things out of the way, let's just talk about the Sonic Generations part of the trailer, because honestly, it looks the exact same as how it was so many years ago. Basically, they show off the Egg Dragoon fight, which honestly looks the same, the Metal Sonic boss fight from the classic variant, Seaside Paradise, Rooftop Run, Speed Highway, Crisis City, Planet Wisp, and yeah, I don't really have a lot to say. They just kind of showed some more stages that we didn't see before, because before they just showed Green Hill Zone and City Escape. So I guess we see how the remaster looks now with the other stages, but I don't know. Maybe they'll do a bit more polishing, because I heard from some people if you play it, it does look crispy and stuff like that, from the people that played at Summer Games Fest, but we'll just have to see what happens when we actually have it in our hands. Alright, to start things off, we get a cutscene with Shadow and the Time Eater, which honestly makes me think that since apparently Shadow Generations is happening at the same time as Sonic Generations, does that mean that Shadow encounters Time Eater first, kind of like how he encountered Infinite first in Sonic Forces before Sonic himself? I don't know, that's going to be a little interesting to find out. Then we get our first look at Rail Canyon. People thought it was Bullet Station because of Sonic Heroes Shadows variant, but I guess it's Rail Canyon according to the video description. We get more gameplay on the Space Colony arc from what we saw from the first trailer. We also see some other returning stages, this time from Sonic 06, such as Kingdom Valley, and oh my god, I did not expect them to bring Kingdom Valley. But at first, honestly, I thought it was Kronos, but that didn't make much sense because Frontiers just came out, and this was being made alongside Frontiers, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that was a bit dumb on my part. But on the bright side, in this trailer, we also got to see a bit of Shadow's Chaos powers, such as Chaos Control, and I think they showed his Chaos Spear in the trailer, I'm not sure, but I know it was in the gameplay footage that we're gonna be looking at next. Now, what was most interesting about this trailer was definitely the ending, where we saw that Shadow has a new special wing form. It honestly looks pretty good, but I don't know, from some angles or something, it kind of looks a little rushed. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna look much better when we see it in game and whatever capacity it's gonna be in. But for right now, I'm gonna just say it looks good. I'm not complaining. Maybe, like I said, it will be improved in the future, but we'll just have to see and wait. After that, we got the release date of the game, which is going to be October 24th. May God help all of our wallets in October. And we got the pre-order bonuses as well. Physical perks being a Dreamcast Sonic and a physical Jared Robotnik journal, which I think we're going to be seeing in game. And Digital Deluxe, you get your skill points and extra background music pack, digital art, the full OST for once, and the best inclusion in my opinion, an additional level and a beta Shadow aka Terrio skin. Personally, I'm not into digital downloads like that, but I will say if you're getting the Digital Deluxe, you better pre-order that right now, because I don't want to see any of y'all missing your chance to be getting a Terrio skin. And they said an additional level too, so whatever that is, it's definitely going to be hype. I'll mention more about the bonuses and such later, but for now, let's focus on the demo that was revealed for the game during Summer Games Fest. Of course, it's not available to everyone and you need to be in LA to play it, but you know what, it's whatever. Noting that there were a lot of people I saw that were playing at this Summer Games Fest, such as Shaq News, Choctopus, Sonic Stadium, and a few others, I'm going to refer to the most informative source of news from the event, also known as the Sonic Hype Man, Videl Gamescage. If you ask me, him being able to play the demo was automatically going to tell me that he was going to do this game justice. And of course he did. Thanks to Videl alone, we got full and high effort gameplay of the first stage in the new story, and the first boss fight, which is against BioLizard. Now the reason I say high effort is because some of these people were not playing well and led to people saying things such as, "Oh my god, it's Sonic Forces all over again." They're wrong. And after watching Fidel's gameplay, here's what I can gather from all of his gameplay combined. Starting off with his Space Colony art gameplay, the level seems very fun to play, and to break it down as to why, there are multiple pathways for the player to take. The level seems fast and frantic, which was a problem with the past decade of Sonic games for the most part, and it's not just a straight line like some other game we know very well. And it has some platforming involved, mainly because I think one of the original Sonic Generation developers were brought on board to actually direct this game. So whoever keeps saying this is a Sonic Forces game, y'all need to be quiet, because if you ask me, this is a win. Like, this is a straight win. Also, Shadow looks like he controls fine, and Fidel said himself that he's fun to play with. The transitions between the stage, like for example when Black Doom appears on screen and sends Shadow to what appears to be West Stopless, it was really awesome to see, and honestly looked absolutely seamless. Overall, the spectacle really stands out, and it looks like it will be on a somewhat same level as what we got in Sonic Frontiers. The QuickTime event looked super cool, and it felt really cinematic, as well as most things we've seen in this game, of course. The results screen, we finally got to look at that. It looks reminiscent to Shadow the Hedgehog, and apparently plays a similar theme as well. According to Fidel, there was a performance and quality mode when playing the demo, and I'm guessing performance mode is when you can play at 60 FPS, and quality mode focuses on the quality and caps the game at 30. I honestly think that the Switch is going to be probably on the quality mode, maybe performance mode, because I think one insider said that the Switch version will have 60 FPS, but it does dip a few times, so I don't know. I'm hoping it's the same way Bomber Cyberpunk does it, but we'll see what happens. Now moving on to the next surprise in the demo, the Bio-Lizard boss fight. Shout out to Choctopus, who was able to showcase the boss fight and the first stage with audio from the Summer Games Fest demo, because whoever is composing this OST, they are really cooking, and apparently it's not Tomoyo Otani, so I'm honestly really curious. Besides the absolute banging music, if we're talking about the actual boss fight itself, the boss fight looks super fun and engaging for the actual boss we have seen. Reminds me a little bit of the Bio-Lizard boss fight that was in the 3DS version of Sonic Generations, but better in every way, especially because now it's in 3D. Quick mention, but this might just be me, but after the Sonic movies, I feel like Sega and Sonic Team have really been locked in on getting a lot more cinematic with the games moving on from that point, and I cannot be any more happier with this change. Besides that, the boss fight just looks really fun, and it looks like it will be a thrill to play. Alright, now that we got the demo out of the way, let's get into the information that was given on the official website for the game. So to start things off, I just gotta say, design wise, this website is looking really cool, and I don't really have a lot else to say about the design. I don't know, it just looks really cool. Based on the other designs we've seen for the other Sonic game websites, this one just stands out a lot more. I think maybe because it has an alternation between Shadow Generations and Sonic Generations, but I don't know. Now it's very clear that most of the stuff on the website we already know, or we've seen from trailers or insiders. However, there are two details that really stuck out to me that were not really talked about in the trailer. So according to the website, there's going to be a new white space hub world in Shadow Generations that's going to be inspired by the open zone gameplay of Sonic Frontiers. As we traverse his new white space, new powers are to be unlocked, as well as hidden secrets. Now, if it's being inspired by Sonic Frontiers, I already know that this will be a really fun experience, because I personally had a great time with Sonic Frontiers. I hope the overall game is long enough as base Generations though, but we're gonna see. Also, here's another screenshot of the white space that was shown a little bit later on by another source. I think it was during an interview or something. I don't know. I'm just digging for scraps at this point. Speaking for digging back, let's go back to what we were talking about earlier with the pre-order bonuses. One thing I would like to address is this whole deal with the whole pre-ordering bonuses and how exactly you're supposed to get what. Personally, I'm not a big fan of buying games digitally because of game preservation and game companies trying to prevent game prevention from happening. So I'm going to be getting the physical version of the game, which is going to have the physical Gerald Robotnik journal and Dreamcast Sonic. I know that'll be a fun read, definitely. However, what bugs me is how Digital Deluxe has all these perks and it's not even going to be for the Switch. Come on, Sega, I want to play this game early too. I may be asking for too much, but I don't think something like this is too much to ask for, honestly. Why is the early access exclusive to everywhere else with the Digital Deluxe and not on Switch? If it wasn't, then maybe I would consider getting the Digital Deluxe, but nah, I'll just get the physical edition and just wait like everyone else, I guess. And with that, that's pretty much all the details that I could find regarding what you should know about Sonic X Shadow Generation. Of course, I didn't talk about every single detail of information for Summer Games Fest news cycle. Some details like how there's going to be no Chao Garden, even though Chao are going to be a big part of this remaster, or how Iizuka knows that the fans want a Sonic Unleashed remastered right now. But I only talked about the ones I feel were most important, and also something a fellow Sonic fan can consider when they're choosing to either buy this game or not. I highly recommend you do. Ultimately, the game looks like it will be a fun package alongside the original generations, and I can't wait to have my wallet drained in October. Anyways, comment what you guys think about Sonic X Shadow Generations. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay safe and take care.